From the Western Cape, we are now off to the Eastern Cape, where we're still dealing with court-related matters. Andy Kawa is set to be cross-examined today as she fights for justice in the Gqeberha High Court. She was kidnapped and raped repeatedly for around 16 hours at King's Beach in around 2010. Kawa's case stalled for over a decade until a DNA match in a separate incident linked the accused Moses Gqeberha to her ordeal. Our reporter Sipha Kema is on that story for us and now joins us live. A very good morning to you, Sipha. I guess the grueling nature of some of these cases, unfortunately, for victims of sexual violence is having to relive the moments of when those ordeals occurred.
Absolutely, Aldrin, especially when the victim is asked to go through every detail and account for everything that they said on the stand as part of their testimony, but also on their statement. As well as Kim Adams, who's the CEO of the Riva Steenkamp Foundation, who was also there in support of Andy Kawa, said that this is the reason why most survivors and victims don't come forward to report rape charges because of this grueling tactic of asking them questions or actually going through their testimony and then having to relive that trauma. As you can imagine, Aldrin, we're talking about an incident that happened 14 years ago, and having to recollect every moment of it was really tough for Andy Kawa, where at some points she had asked for a 5-minute break just to recollect herself so that she can continue with the cross-examination. And you can imagine some of the questions that were posed during the cross-examination yesterday, asking her to account for the number of times she was sexually assaulted during that over 15-hour ordeal. And she said that for her it wasn't about counting. She didn't understand. She couldn't count what was happening. She wasn't of a sound mind. To her, it was just that she had been sexually assaulted, not knowing. She said she had no idea that she would have to count the number of times that she was sexually assaulted during that time she was held captive, as she didn't think that it would be significant, because the most important point would be the ordeal that she went through. She was also asked about her statements, the statement that was she gave rather on the first day, which was the same day that she had been found. And of course, as you would imagine, during that time, someone who had just come from a traumatic ordeal having to account for what had happened during that time. But also when the second statement was taken, this is when she said the second statement was written down, where she had to again relay the events or what had happened to her. And when the defense tried to pick out inconsistencies, Andy Kawa came back to say, but as expected as it can be, is that the first time the statement wasn't taken, the second time around, the first time the statement wasn't taken, and also she was able to talk because she was taking things off her chest, but the second time she might not have gotten into as much detail as the first statement, which was not written down. So we are expecting, Aldrin, cross-examination to continue today. Yesterday it came to a halt because of the accused, who the defense said he had taken medication that affected his inhibitions. So he needs to be wide awake and be able to understand what is happening around him and able to hear what is being said on the stand, Aldrin. And also the state will be introducing a new witness as well.